Welcome to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I am your co-host for the evening, Kenny Scheffel from Northeast Philly. This is your host, Jeffrey Rappaport, with
Fred from Sadgiqacea.
Evan from Sadgiqacea.
which means,
Smoke DMT.
there you go.
Right. So in the news, Autopsy is getting ready to release their new album, The Headless Ritual,
Then
Sounds like a good ritual.
on Peaceville. That's like one of those old giant, they've been around forever, UK label,
right.
right? All the bands have gone through that. The Headless Ritual, what was it? Wasn't there like a Wasp album, The Headless?
The Headless Children. The
Headless
Children.
That's
the only Wasp album I had too.
Right.
All right.
That's a great song too.
Can you see the real me? They did The Who.
Doctor!
They had a song called Thunderbird. Quiet Riot.
You don't have the first Wasp album?
No.
That's great.
Quiet Riot had a song called Thunderbird. Autopsy. Autopsy is actually Alex from Incantation's one of his favorite bands. He's a death freak, but he loves Autopsy just as well. And he actually tours and plays shows with Autopsy.
Yeah.
But the Autopsy,
One of the legends of the death metal scene.
yes. He gave me a CD. He's like, you gotta listen to Autopsy. And I'm like, okay. And he gave me this album, Alex, and he goes, here. And you look on the front, it's called Shit Fun. And it's got
Shit
a
Fun?
piece of shit in somebody's mouth. And it's a black album, and there's a small square in the middle. It's just a picture of somebody with a piece of shit in their mouth. And I actually think,
Nice.
I'm not positive, but I think it says Shit Fun in the piece of poop. And all the songs are about excrement and all that stuff. But there's one song that's really evil on Shit Fun. It's called
Silent but deadly.
Yeah. Praise the Children. And it's just evil. But they actually had a new album that came out not even like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, they had an album recently.
So
I remember seeing it in Decibel. They got a feature.
Yeah, they don't play out. I mean, they're a legendary band. They don't play out that much. Chris Reifert, he actually got start in Death. He played drums for. I think just on Scream Bloody Gore, but it might have been more than that.
they're like an SOD of death metal, am I wrong? Right? They're like a culmination.
No, not really. No.
They're like a culmination of like super guys.
It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, they have really their own unique sound, but they're like people. When they cite them, like Alex does, Incantation is already a legendary band, and when they Incantation cites Autopsy as an influence or as a legendary band, and that's something that you should check out. But yeah, it should be cool. Like these guys, they always deliver, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's always cool no matter what.
Shit fun is fun though. I mean,
It is.
playing with poop is always a good time.
Jesus.
I mean, I'll admit it. I love playing with poop. I'm just
Yeah.
But I think when death metal guys put out every new album, especially when they're death metal, like the ultimate metal, like as far as the heaviness and all, like they're gonna cut through the bullshit and say, okay, this is what I've heard. Even anything that I've heard by accident on the radio, all the way up, that everything's got to be heavier than that.
right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like everything, like
There's a
Okay.
standard.
I'm even so many years older than all these kids, and I'm gonna put out this album.
It's gonna be so much more brutal.
Right, right. And that's the cool thing about it. It's like, it's the whole, the athlete thing. Like every so often, like everybody's gonna push the.
I love that about
limits.
music.
Right.
And the way that certain musicians realize how they can push it further and they succeed and you like it and
Right.
it just fucking works.
Right.
And then you like it forever.
Right.
That's like a genre changing moment.
But let's go back to poop though,
Yeah.
because Impaled. You guys know Impaled?
Impaled with poop.
No, but when I first heard Impaled, they were signed later on to, I think they were in Necropolis, but they were, when I got their demo, it was called From Here to Colostomy, and it was it was all like very Carcass influenced, extremely Carcass influenced, but all the songs were about poop. And I was like, this is fucking so cool, I gotta interview you guys. And soon later they got signed and everything, but it was like, all kinds of poop stories.
We
Like,
want to start a death metal band about being fat
That's fine.
and call it obese.
Obese.
oh yeah, that's good.
We already have the
Yeah,
title track.
The
Songs about
The
food.
debut album is already laid out. No, it's more about health conditions, like diabetes type 1.
And type 2,
And
of
type
You
course.
guys are way too
following it.
skinny to be that band.
Yeah,
To
but
make it,
it's
we're
a
gonna
jumping
wear
off
fat
point.
suits
It's a
if we
jumping
have
off
to.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, our last.
The debut album is called Morbidly Obese.
Why don't you guys gain like 100 pounds or 200 pounds each and then release the album?
It can be
Thinking
done.
about it.
We
They're
have to.
We need to get Val Kilmer to sing.
Literally
that
the
real
heaviest
Val
band
Kilmer.
ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They're
I was
so
thinking-
heavy.
I was thinking about the Guinness Book of World
You
Records.
can
Like,
literally.
You can feel how
Yeah.
heavy they are. How
You
fat they are.
You can hear how fat they are.
yeah. Did you guys ever look at the old Guinness Book of World Records? There was like those two fat twins that drove on motorcycles.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Every time I think of the Guinness Book of World Record, I always picture those two fat
yeah,
guys.
It's just like a pancake, like flopped over a bike. Like,
It
Dude,
is.
it's like that shirt. It's a king thing.
yeah.
They were like 700 pounds each, those two guys.
So they're just
Wow.
like floppy
They
flat.
should really be
like,
an obese.
Oh,
in the
my
wind.
God.
You gotta get guys
It's
that
like
are.
tiny face.
You know what? Like
and all
also the
that
draw
body.
that they could like drop dead at any time on
Mashed
stage.
Yeah.
potatoes.
You're like you're in the middle of thing like you know you ever watch old movies with Chris Farley?
Yeah.
And it looks like he gets those veins. He looks like he's gonna explode at any time.
They have,
That's
like,
what your whole band should look like.
like
So
the
anytime-
bears. Like,
Yeah.
the bears. And he has to like,
Just stop the heart attack.
that's been my 10th heart attack this week.
Hey,
Right.
Mike Dick is possibly the best quarterback in the history of all the football league, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Emperor Cavs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah. Indeed.
They got nappers. That's
Doubles.
right. Doubles. Sometimes we dye our river green, and that's only on one day. But I don't got nothing.
All right. Anything else on Autopsy?
Yeah, buy the new Autopsy.
Yeah.
Buy it at a record store like Tower Records.
Double Dutch
Yeah.
dildo from Dublin.
And shit fun.
Double Dutch. Yeah, you should. You know, Double Dutch dildo, yeah.
Shit fun. Good.
Shit fun is good.
From Dublin.
Play with your poop, kids.